It's a very short 5-minute demonstration of ProgrammExpress, the web-based portfolio program and project reporting solution, specifically for the National Trust, showing our login page, showing that we can apply the corporate colour palette and logo. And we're also going to show our latest version, which includes a new home screen. And we're going to log on as an administrator. You can be an administrator, a read access user, or a write access user. In this case, an administrator user. And it will take us into a home screen, which shows, and this is purely demo data, the structure of projects that sit within programs and portfolios. And this would be your data that you would configure. But in terms of a demonstration, here we can see all of the projects within the portfolio. We can see all the modules within ProgrammExpress represented as icons here, and we can make updates to those modules in terms of data input from this screen. The modules are easier shown by the Updates tab as commentary, plan, resources, costs, benefits, impacts, risks, and logs. You can also, as an administrator, you can also have a look at and run reports against the projects and the programs from this screen. The whole idea of ProgrammExpress is simple data input, powerful output, and from a user perspective, if there are a lot of projects and a lot of programs here and a lot of modules, that could be quite confusing or a busy screen. So via the functionality of roles, what we can do is we can give different views to different users. So if I now show you a project manager or a user that only has access to update or read certain projects and only view certain modules, you'll see here, same screen but a different view. Here we can see what they have read access to, and we can toggle to what they have write access to, which would be more normal for them to view. And that project manager could then see that they have 3 projects to update, and they have 3 modules to update. In this instance, commentary, plan, and risks. So quite simply, the project manager would click on the commentary. They would make their updates in terms of narrative. Back to the home screen. They update their plan. Make the changes to the high-level plan, and then move on to the next module. We'll move this way in terms of the updates tabs down to risks, and there are the current risks and where they can add or amend. So very simple in terms of update. This is very specifically the requirement for this specific user. When they've made their updates, they may want to have a look at what their updates look like in terms of reports. So we can have reports that have been set up by ourselves, our specific user, or shared reports by the central projects team or the program office. So I'm the user. I'm going to have a look at what the data looks like in terms of a report. We call this one-page PPT because it's PowerPoint compliant. And we can see that we have the RAG status, the milestones, financial information, and we have the narrative, all that would drop down nicely onto a PowerPoint slide. Or we may want to have a bit more detail and run what we call a one-page overview, more of a word style report. And this will show, again, commentary, cost information, plan, and more information in terms of risks, actions, issues, decisions, lessons learned in this case, because that's what we've configured for this report. So there's the experience for the user, quite simple to make their updates. And then the idea from a central projects team or an administrator. They can then view the health of the data within the portfolio, assuming the updates have been made. And we'll probably want to have a look at offending data. So what we can do here is we can start to filter out or hide certain rags. So we'll hide the greens. You can just see ambers and reds. We'll hide the ambers. And there we can see now we can get more of a drill down effect into the projects that have offending data. So let's pick one example, project 1C. We'll see here that is a red against costs. We'll click on the box. And we'll see here that the forecast is 800,000 spend against a plan of 600, which is overspent by 200 and therefore red status. And we can then apply the same and look at other project information within other modules. Now also we talk about simple data input for the project manager and powerful output. So the administrator will be wanting to see what the data looks like in terms of reports, and what is more likely to happen is they will run more consolidated and aggregated reports at higher levels against all the projects and programs. So here we'll run what we call a RAG status summary, replaces the need for an Excel spreadsheet summarizing everybody's highlight reports. One click and we can see project information at a high level, and this is what we've configured for this report. Plan start and end dates, the RAGs for just certain overall plan issues and risks, and the narratives that we've configured specifically for this report. And you can change the columns to other types of data if you so wish. Other types of reports, look at Gantt chart report. Again, at portfolio level, so I'm running this, will show the plan for every project within work streams, programs and portfolios, using a Gantt chart style and using the theme for taskbars of the red, amber or green, depending on whether the task is healthy or whether it's offending. Another view of the same data would be a milestone summary report, more of a timeline report, which shows at a higher level the projects, their phases or milestones, and again using the red, amber, green in terms of the health and status and the delivery dates of those milestones. And one more example may be the resource usage summary. And here, again, Excel style, which will show the resources, what projects they're working on, the number of days in a month, aggregated number of days by a time period, in this case monthly, could be weekly, and showing where there's potential offending data in terms of consolidated resource usage across these projects, suggests this person is overutilized in a period. That's just a very short demo showing the benefits of ProgrammExpress, the simplicity of the inputs, the power of the outputs, lots more modules in terms of costs, benefits, impacts, risks, logs, documents, management, more reports and dashboards, but I just wanted to give you a quick flavour. So thank you very much for listening.